What's up, good people? My name is Ian G, and welcome to another episode of Uncut Friday. It's a special Friday. I have a special guest in studio, a beautiful artist making the culture of the 254 in terms of music. Lakini before tuendelee sana, before we know what we have in store for you, I want her to introduce herself. Hi.
Hi guys, my name is Lonita. Thank you so much, Ian, for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes.
Grateful for the opportunity.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling so excited. Obviously, I'm a bit nervous, but like, you're in Ihuzu.
Yeah, you're cool.
You're in Ihuzu.
Anyway, this is Uncut Fridays. We happen every Friday from 2 to 3 in the PM. It's all about music, artistry. Sometimes we delve into politics, social stories. Najua pia kuna udaku zile zina happen in between the industry. Mawantu. Unataka kujua. You all get it up Uncut. But thank you for making time, for being here for us today. We are honored to have you. But at first, I would like us to start whereby people may be seeing you today and wondering, who's Lonita and when is she not being a superstar?
Oh, that's actually a good question. So, I'm Lonita, I'm an artist, niko shughuli mingi actually, nafanya vitu vingi. But when am I not being a superstar? I feel like that's the whole Lonita brand. There's never not a time I'm not being a superstar, because like I look like this every day, I feel like this every day, I talk like this every day, you know, like it's not just a name for me.
Okay.
It's a brand, it's who I am. Yes.
And someone hearing you for the first time may be wondering, like, you know, the background between growing up, going to school. Where did you go to school? Where did you grow up? What's the story behind that?
Okay, so I went to Rafiki Karavana School for my primary school, and then I went to Thikarid Christian High School, and then I went to USIU. Yeah, so my background in music, I'm actually from a very musical family. My mom is a singer, and so is my sister. So like just from a young age, I've just been, you know, singing along with them. I'd put little shows for them. Anytime we'd have like family get-togethers and stuff. So like from that time, and I love being in front of people. I love people watching me. Like I'm the moment, watch me, you know. So like just from that time, I feel like I've always just been confident, and yeah, I love music. Music is who I am. It's a part of me, so yeah.
So there has been that background whereby there's music people guiding you on what to do, and there's music people listening to you on correcting you.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a strong foundation you have.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Are they some of the people that inspired you to be a musician and to take this journey?
Okay. I think the thing that inspired me to be a musician or to do music is I just feel like I've loved music all my life, so it was actually inevitable, because when I was younger and I was thinking about my life, because I remember I found a book or a journal that I used to keep when I was in primary school, and I used to write, I found it and I wrote there I want to spearhead the revolution of the industry in Kenya. And I'm like, wow, what was young Lona thinking at that time? Like
the female Kasmuele of music, eh?
Okay, I'm not gonna comment on that, but no.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, so like after I found it, because I feel like when I joined high school, I became a bit disconnected from it, because I went to a high school. The first high school I went to didn't offer music, so I wasn't able to do music like that. So I kind of drifted away from it for some time. But then like since that time, I feel like I've just been finding my way back to it. So like when last year I was like, unajua nini, I'm done with all of this. I'm not going to say no to it anymore, because like this is something that's visiting me all the time. I want to do it. I'm waking up, I'm sleeping, it's in my dreams, it's in my, you understand? So nikasema tu, you know what, let me just do it. And from last year I'm seeing so much, I'm doing so much, there's so much motion in what I'm doing. So I'm like, yeah, probably this is what I was supposed to do. Yeah, you know.
Okay, so listening to you, I'm getting the understanding whereby as a child there's those children who want to venture into music or want to go to arts, they have to have a foundation. Maybe in school, like you've said, you went to a school whereby they're not offering those activities, so you opted out. How do you feel it's important for anybody starting to have that foundation, and how important is it?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about my primary experience because I feel like my primary experience really built who I am as a musician because they offered music. We did music. I even learned piano. I even got a piano teacher from then. And I used to go for music festivals. They used to really encourage the arts. Shout out to you, Urafiki. So I think it's very important, especially from a young age, because like if I was being nurtured like that from that young age, you know, it built my confidence. I was able to be on stages. I was able to perform during closing days. Every time there's a guest, I'd be the one to be called. I'd be like, yeah, you have to come and perform for us. You know, they'd pull us out of class for practice. Like it was really serious. Yeah. So I think to answer your question, I think it's very important for someone to have like a solid foundation, because with that foundation, at least I got mentors, I got pointers, I got people to put me in those places and those platforms where, you know, that builds my confidence. People get to know about me and stuff like that. So I think it's really important.
Yeah, I have something you've talked about, Afunika Kumbuka. There's a meme that always says when guests arrive at home, the parent always call you, kuja, uimbie our guest.
So mimi si lazima ungeniita, nilikuwa ni mimi ndio nawafungulia
unajitokeza.
Come for the show.
But anyway, talking about music, you describe your music as a healing process and yourself as a doctor. You know, coming from your Instagram and everything.
Oh, you chose to quote me on that.
It's okay. What does that healing look like for you and personally for your audience?
Okay, so that's a really good question, actually. I feel like my music, when I started making music, I was making it from a point of, okay, you know what, I know I want to sing, I know I can sing, I know I can do this, but I was still not sure like if that was something that I could do. So like when I got to studio, and within that first session, that first hour, we were able to come up with the whole song, Dive. That was my first song. And that song was very, it came at such a turbulent point in my life. I was dealing with a lot.
Heartbreak ndio wanaita a lot, Umesikia?
Yeah, I was dealing with a lot. And I feel like me channeling that into my music really helped me get through that time. And ever since that time, I'm getting to studio and I just feel like, wow, like this is exactly where I should be. This is what I should be doing, especially because it comes so easy to me. You get, I don't have to prep so much for it. And it feels right. It feels like I'm really connecting with who I am. So that's where the point of healing comes in, because I was for some time I wasn't myself, but then when I reconnected with the music, I felt like, yeah, I'm going back home.
Heartbreak iliisha akasema I'm going back home. Anyway, unajua, we always dissect everything that the guest is speaking. From our knowledge, from your knowledge, we get to a good understanding of who you are, and we appreciate, because now we can actually understand the process that is for being you currently now. But now, speaking to Naskia, you had your first song, you had your first studio session. How was the reception in terms of releasing the first song? What were you receiving?
Oh, the reception was really good, because I had planned to release on the 1st of this year, actually, on 1st January. And I remember I had a whole plan, I had a whole rebrand shoot. You see, I'm called Lonita on Instagram right now, but that wasn't my name up until up until January, actually.
Wait, so you had another name?
Yes, I did, actually.
That's where you should have started. Ulikuwa unaitwa nani?
And Mudoni, my second name. That's how people knew me. But then, like, when I started making music, obviously, you know, lazima utafute stage name, lazima utafute artist name. So I actually had another artist name, nilikuwa najiita King K.
Hey, King K.
King, unajua King, because I rule this kingdom, you know, but like, imagine naenda kuregister napata there are 10 other King K. 10 other
the
people.
Kingdom is big.
Like, there's no original thought. There's no original thought. So, like, after I saw that, I was like, you know what, let me just go with the name that people used to call me when I was younger. Because Lonita used to be my nickname when I was younger. Apparently it's Lona in Spanish. I don't know, but yeah, that's the name that they used to call me. And so I chose it because it was also very sentimental, you know, like, because as I've said, I feel like when I'm doing the music, I'm going back to who I was. So, and who I was Lonita. Baby Lona is Lonita.
Yeah.
So unaona venye inafanyika.
Inaingiana
tu. Yeah.
Yeah, but also someone who knows you, anajua lazima kukuwe na a superstar somewhere. Lazima akita Loni, anaita superstar. It's either the EP, it's either the person itself, ama it's the collaboration. Now, with the word superstar, in terms of you also naming your EP superstar, let's not go there first. Naeza taka kujua what comes behind the superstar in terms of creation.
Okay, the word superstar really resonates with me because I think that's what I think of myself. Like when I think of Lonita or when I think of Lona, I think, yeah, that's a superstar. You know, this is someone who, you know, has her own thoughts. This is someone who, you know, likes to take control of her life, how it will go. You get, like, I'm not a conformist. I would like to believe so. I like to do things unconventionally and in my own way, in a way that feels right to me. And I think for a superstar, that's actually on brand because superstars don't do what everyone else is doing. That's why they're a superstar. You get me?
Yes.
Yeah, so when I think about myself, I think about a superstar. So I wanted to name my EP that because I wanted it to reflect that. That's what I think about myself. That's what I'm heading to. That's who I am, basically. So, yeah, I just wanted the EP to reflect that so that when people even talk to me, these days, actually, people call me superstar. Anytime I go somewhere, they call me superstar. I'm like, hey, kwani nilibadilisha jina na sijui.
Isha stick kwa ground.
Isha stick, actually, yeah.
Now, tell us about the EP itself, Superstar. The creation process, let's start with the creation process. How did you come about, you know, naming the songs and identifying the studio sessions? Zilikuwa VP, working with the producers. What producers did you work with?
Oh, shout out to Alvin. Alvin is my producer. Like, that's actually the producer I've worked with the most. I think all my songs are by him. He's a really good producer. Follow him on Spotify, guys. Like, but the creation process, as I've told you, I went to studio last year in September. That's when I set foot in studio intentionally to make music. Because I'd been in studio before in school, like, you know, doing shows and stuff like that. But for the music, I did that in September. So how it even came about, Jason actually took me for this session. We're hanging out in his room. And then I'm like, you know what? I was supposed to meet with Alvin. We're supposed to, you know, work on a song together. Let's go right now. I said, let's go. Let's not give ourselves at, you know, let's not procrastinate. Because I be procrastinating so much, like, hey, jamani, hata ni story ingine. But then I said, let's go right now. So we knock on Alvin's room. He's like, give me 10 minutes. So I'm like, okay, we go back to Jason's room. We're chilling. Like, I keep on looking at the clock. I'm like, okay, fine. 10
minutes.
Okay, 1 minute gone. Haya, sawa. Ingine, you get. So when the 10 minutes ended, we go like, tuende sahi.
Yes.
So now we went and he played us a bit. I had already told him about the type of beats I would want to record to. And he played us a beat and we were like, oh, this is so nice. And he's like, I'll send it to you, then you write. Then I'm like, why send it to me? Let's write now. Sahi, hakuna time ya kuwaste. So now, see, we played the beat again and again. So for me, my process is first he has to play me the beat so that I can know what it makes me feel like. So that beat made me feel, oh, this is so mellow. This is such a lovely song. I could make this into a love song. Yeah, and the beat was called Dive, actually. So that's when I started writing to it, and because I told you I was at such a turbulent time in my life, si tu mambo ya roho actually. Mtu hata self-actualization. Unajua kujipata bwana.
Kujitambua.
You know, kujitambua pia si rahisi. Si kila kitu mambo ya roho.
But where you're coming from? Where you're coming from?
But that song was actually a love song, but I also recorded it for myself because, like, as the first lyrics took a long time coming. So like it's been a journey for me to get to that point where I'm recording. Like it's been quite a long time, but I'm here. His name, finally I'm here. That's actually what the lyrics say. So I felt like, wow, I'm really reconnecting with my old self.
Yes,
So unaona iko na double meaning, double-edged sword.
We know.
So unaweza chezea mpenzi, but you can also play it to yourself.
It's a 60-40. And you know where the 60 is going. But anyway, listening to EP, I'm someone who has had a chance to listen to the EP Superstar. It's a bit intimate, as you have said. It resonates with you. But we would like to know, what are some of the moments that you felt nervous or excited to share through the project?
Wow. Okay, so like that first day, like the first time I dropped the song, like I uploaded it onto DistroKid. That was on the 31st of December. I was actually at work. I was the only person in the office. Like nilikuwa tu nimechill tu. So I'm nangangana na your process, because it's not an easy process. You know, you're thinking, oh, at the distro, you have to write down a lot. You have to, like, if they're collaborators, you have to mention them. You have to do all of that.
Yeah, true.
So like that one time after because I'm calling my producer, I'm like, okay, Alvina, what do I do? What do I do? After every single step, di kama hata kuna Google, you get, like, hata yeye imagine. But shout out to you, Alvina, kuchoka na mimi. So
the patience,
you get, So after I uploaded it, see, I've taken a screenshot. The thing actually, when you upload a song, it writes, woohoo, your first single. That's what DistroKid writes to you. So unaona hata hao wako excited. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna drop. Like, people are actually gonna listen to the work I've been doing. I'm like, oh my God, am I ready? So now I call my friends. I'm like, oh my God, you guys, I'm so nervous, but I'm so excited. You know, like, nilikuwa nimesema, unajua tu, wacha niimbe initoke. You get, wacha tu ni release initoke. So at that point, I was really, really nervous, especially because I was also rebranding. You know, I was also rebranding. I have given it my all. I was like, I'm going all in with the music. Like, see, party chance ya kutomik, you get? Yeah, so at that point, I felt really nervous. But after it dropped, after people really, really liked the song, I got so many reviews. I got so many, like, so much feedback. People are like, oh my God, that song is so nice. I remember actually even the first time I had, like, a draft of that song. I sent it to my sister, and she's like, Mudoni, that's one of the best songs I've ever had. And I'm like, oh my God,
that was the
really?
feedback?
Yeah, that was the feedback. And I was like, you know what? Maybe this thing that I'm thinking about myself is actually true.
Yes, and I can work on it.
Yeah, you know,
wow.
I can continue.
Anyway, remember, that's the energy in studio. Today we have Lonita in studio. Anatuelezea jani yake from starting to music all the way from now having an EP. Remember, we are live on all socials. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Kama kawaida, si ndio? Unataka kuambia mafans wako nini wenye wanakuwatch? Please jump on the comment section. Tell us which song umesikiza from the Superstar EP as we continue to delve in to know about her, si ndio?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, and talking about the EP, there's a guy who you have featured a lot. Is called Villian. In terms of, you've had so many collaborations with him. I want to know, in terms of collaborations, what draws you to someone when it comes to time to collaboration, that you say, I want to have a collaboration with him? Is it that people just jump into your music and text you, or you're the one who looks for them? What's the process like? Okay, so now Villan is my producer, Alvin. So now me interchange you. I didn't even know. Wasani tuko na mambo. Sisi tuko very simple. So he's my producer. So I've done a lot of songs with him. But when it comes to collaborations, I feel like I'm the one who really looks for them, because I believe so much in collaboration. I feel like there is a lot to tap into with collaboration. And so I'm usually the one who DMs people. I'm on Instagram. I see someone, I like their music. I'm like, you know what? I think your music is cool. We should collaborate sometime. And ever since I started dropping music and doing that, I have met so many people and I've had so many collaborations. And I'm really, really grateful for that, because I've really put myself out there. And honestly, it's showing. Look at me on K24, you know. I know. It's all about the positives. Like, but tunataka kuingiza kaudaku kidogo. You know, you have sent so many messages. Hey, can we collaborate? Sijui, I have this beat. I want you to hear it. Nani amekulenga? So misilengwi. Unasema every time you drop a DM, it goes down in the DM.
Okay, not really. Honestly, si ati amenilenga ni venye ni kama reply time si as swift as mtu angependa, but so unataka ni name drop.
Tunataka kuwasikia.
You're so messy.
No, it's not about being messy. It's all about knowing who is who and who you're looking up to work with.
Okay, so Ian. Anyway, si ati amenilenga. Now, please usini misquote, but I have reached out to Charisma.
Hey, okay, that's a valid one.
You know what I mean?
That's a valid one.
It's not even your fault. Charisma, if you're watching this, I'm not even mad at you. Like naelewa, imagine.
Alikuwa Dubai labda
kuiona. Ni superstar bwana. Ni superstar naelewa. Yeah, but I think I really like his music. I like what he's doing in the music scene. I feel like he could really be part of the revolution of the music scene in Kenya. So huyo.
Wait, Charisma, this is a big shout out to you. You're doing a good job, but there's someone looking for you. Mtafute mwingie studio.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about music. There's a blend of Afrobeats. There's a blend of R&B and pop effortlessly. Can a blend into vizuri. And maybe does this come from your upbringing in terms of people you're listening to, in terms of radio, TV? Yeah.
Okay, so like growing up, obviously I'm gonna watch The Beat after school.
Let's go.
Obviously after school, uko na homework yako, like wow, okay. So yeah, I used to watch The Beat a lot. Also, I got a lot of music from my sister. Because I look up to my sister so much. Shout out to you, Shiro. Anyway, so she's 10 years older than me, so she was listening to a lot of that time music.
That's a millennial by now.
Yeah, she is a millennial. Yeah, so she was listening to a lot of music by Akina Beyonce, the old school R&B type, and I really loved that genre.
Beyonce old school. Wow.
I mean,
okay.
Si kwa ubaya, honestly. Si kwa ubaya, but like, yeah, she was listening to a lot of old school R&B, and she was also singing a lot. So I adopted that. Yeah, but pia The Beat, pia YouTube, pia marafiki, kwa matu unasikia wimbo alafu like, hey, that's a nice song. So, and my memory when it comes to lyrics is spot on. My friends even call me Shazam.
One time.
Wananiita tu Shazam. So,
hiyo ni ngoma ni gani?
Naimba yote.
One time, I like that.
Yeah, so I think a lot of also the, what's it called? Can I say matatu culture?
Like that's a form.
Yeah, you get. I also really was inspired from that. Yeah, so
na ukawasikiza ukainfluence.
Nikawasikiza, nikawapenda.
Yes.
Yeah, pia mimi nika branch out, nikaanza kuimba, nikajipenda.
But now with those venye tumesema Afrobeat, R&B, how would you classify yourself? In what genre?
Wow, that's a good question, Ian, because I don't think I would actually limit myself to just 1 or 2 or 3 genres. I would want to do everything. Meaning to nataka niimbe hadi reggae, nataka nifanye, like I want to do every genre there is to do. Because music is so wide. Why should I limit myself when I can do everything that there is to be done? So, yeah, I don't want to limit myself, but I really like Afrobeat, I like Afropop. Those would be my number ones. I also rap. Najua, mimi ni msanii.
Pale na pale. It's called what? Kalikatel.
You know, actually imagine Kalikatel, please invite me because Nikona bars.
Yeah. But now let's talk about the Kenyan music scene. Umesema, you talked about the evolution of the Kenyan music scene when you're talking about Charisma. But there has been that evolution whereby there's been Genge and then growing up to now Gengeton and then Urban Tone. What do you feel about the revolution and how it grows? Una feel sometimes does the new generation dilute the previous generation ama it outgrows the other generation?
Okay. When I think about the evolution, because kama venye umesema, there's been Gengeton, now it's Urban Tone. Right now we're going to a new wave of music. I think especially Gengeton was heavily inspired by Genge now from Kitambo, you know, and I don't think it's diluting more than I think it's celebration of what it was and making it better, you know, making it your own. You understand? Because music is also about, you know, identity, owning it, making it your own. So from Genge to, we came to Genge tone, now we're going to urban tone. I think the music scene in Kenya is really good. It's really thriving. I'm really liking what's happening in the music scene, I can't lie. And I think tunafaa tu tuendelee hivo, and I don't think it's being diluted. I think there's a lot of fusion that's happening, and fusion is always good. Actually,
talking about fusion, my next question was the fusion of Afrobeat. Now there's something called watu wameleta na bado kulikuwa na mapiano from the south. Do you feel hizo sound kidogo when they come to like your stage, whereby your stage is the Kenyan music scene? You want to talk to the Kenyan audience. Do they steal your audience kidogo in terms of now I have to make amapiano-like music, I have to jump on the I have to jump on the Afrobeat. Does it influence you as an artist?
I'd say yes and no. I'd say yes because obviously, like as you've said, amapiano has come. It's come with a new wave. People are really they're jumping on that wave. Everyone wants to, you know, when you go out, that you want to listen to amapiano, you want to dance to amapiano. So to some extent, yes, I feel like, you know what, I should have an amapiano song because like that's what's hot, that's what's popping right now. But I would say no also because, you know, you also have to know your audience. You know, you can't, when you make music, si kila mtu atapenda, and that's okay. Not everyone is going to be for you, and that's okay. So I think no, because as I've told you, for me, my music is very, very personal. It's very unconventional. I don't want to follow any rules. I don't want to conform to anything. So I know I'll find my people. I know I'll find my audience. So me nitaendelea ku make music yenye mimi na make. Na ni nzuri by the musikize. Yes, I'll continue making the music I'm making, but I'll also, you know, like as I've told you, fusion. I can use the ideas. I can draw inspiration.
Collaborate.
Yeah, exactly. I can collaborate. But I won't necessarily change my sound to fit into what I think the audience is listening to, because that's not why I'm doing the music.
So if I was to ask you a question from your EP, The Superstar, if you were to walk into a room like you did today, and people notice you, what song would you put to them so that they can understand you, that represents you?
That's a really good question, honestly, because I love all my babies the same. But if I was to really choose one that encapsulates the Lonita brand, I think I would go with Dive, because that's a very, as I told you, it was my first song. So like that's the song that made me realize, oh, okay, I can actually do this music stuff. So, and I'm also singing, I'm also rapping. I feel like I really, really showcased what I could do on a track on that song. Also lyrically, I think that's one of my most powerful songs lyrically. So I think I would go with Dive.
And you know, someone listening to you may be thinking, oh, she does music alone, but that's not only the thing she does. There's also whereby you're a visual artist in terms of makeup. Visual artist has a lot, not only makeup, right? Maybe tell us what it entails.
More about that. Okay, so as a visual artist, I also model. I also act. I also I do makeup. I do fashion. I do social media management. For this show, we actually have called Freestyle Fridays. We have a show. We have a show tomorrow, by the way, at the Mall Santuri. Please come.
Masaya kuplug show yako ijafika. But anyway, continue.
Will you cut that?
No, it's okay. No, it's actually a show.
Opportunity.
I know. Sasa unajua, unauliza maswali zangu na sijafika hapo.
Okay, pole. Niko excited too.
Yes.
Anyway, yes, I also social media manage. I do lashes. I host for a couple of places. I'm also in 2 bands. Like, I'm doing a lot.
The bag itself,
I have to chase the bag, Bana.
Yes. But now, when you feel like in the Kenyan music industry, for a person like you, where you're doing so much, not only music, you're doing the artistry in terms of fashion and bold visuals. Do you feel like the industry creates a space for women like you?
Wow. Ian, leo umenitolea maswali wapi? I think I would say so.
Yeah.
I think, yes, I think there's a lot of opportunities that have presented themselves.
Okay.
Especially when I started putting myself out there, I would say, yes, the industry is quite welcoming and quite accommodating for a woman like me.
Talking about a woman like you, leo na luku
Imekubali.
Imekubali. As in studio we are saying, wewe uko nyumbani, just jump in the comment section. Tuambie, una feel FOMO ama tukwambie. Anyway, looking at you and looking at how you your appearance and how you present yourself as an artist, as a person, is there any day you dress down, unasema, hey, leo tu niko chill, hata sitaki mambo mingi?
Hey, there's no chill day in Lonita world.
Yes. So fashion is a key icon.
Yes, actually it's one of the most important tenets of my brand.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like how you present yourself, how you look visually, that's, you know, that's the first thing people see when you walk into a room.
Yes.
Oh, even the unaka. So from that they can, you know, start forming opinions about you. So I'm not giving you a chance to form negative opinions on me from my looks. You understand?
Umeamua
yes, so,
ni kuenda.
Ni kuenda kama tumeenda.
Unajua, people always judge you from how they look you, ama approach you and how you appear. And wanasemaga inner beauty, we can't see inner beauty. Please.
na X-ray.
Bana, look good. People will judge you better. And now creating such a unique personality in terms of having a music career, having this musical body that you're pushing, having this artistry body that you're pushing. How do you merge them in terms of making sure your style and your music correlate and bond together to form Now You?
Now Me.
Yeah.
Okay, as I've said, Lonita isn't just a name for me. It's a brand. It's a movement that shows individuality. It shows autonomy. It shows non-conformism.
Yeah.
Understand? So for me, when it comes to my style, I can't just wear a t-shirt and trouser and say, okay, let's go out into the world. No, I have to style
Shots
things.
fired. T-shirts and trousers. Hey, shots fired.
Oh my God.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying anything, man.
Hey. Ni sawa. Ni sawa. I'll have to speak to my stylist.
I actually was not. I was not thinking about you when I said that.
Hata sijasikia vibaya. Endelea.
So anyway, I don't think I style things normally.
Yeah.
So what, like unaona ukipata shirt, like usivae tu kama shirt. You know, a shirt can Ian, no shots fired to you, I promise.
Ni sawa. Endelea.
You know, like when you see a shirt, you can see a skirt, you can see a head wrap, you can see there's so much you can do
This
with
is a
just
tie.
one. You see,
which
this
is
is
not
a
just
tie.
can tie.
You see, this is a tie, but like you see, I wore it like, you know, this scarf situation that I have here. This, actually, these leg warmers, they're supposed to be arm sleeves, but unaona, like you have to think, you have to think outside the box when it comes to the dressing.
What? I like when you umeisema. Wow. Hey, and does fashion and makeup be part of your performance? Ama ni separate part of skill?
For sure, lazima zikuwe part of the performance. I mean, umekuja kuona Lonita. I have to put on a show for you, from the way I look to the way I, you know, perform for you on stage. Like, those things are really important because, as I've told you, I'm building a brand. I want people to know, oh, okay, ni show ya Lonita tunaenda.
Kweli.
For one, they know I'll always look good.
Yes.
I'll always look good for the show.
Represent.
You know, last one is rep kwa ground. I can't look like my problems.
Yes. Walisema, if the pocket is not pocketing, please don't look like your pocket. Resolute kidogo. Yeah, tuendelee.
Yeah, you know, you also attract. You understand? Yeah. When you look good, when you feel good, you know, the energy that you attract is also good energy. So I think it's really important for my shows, also for my performances, that I look good. Because when I look good, I feel good. When I feel good, I'm able to perform good. When I perform good, si watu wamefurahia.
Kweli.
Yeah, and that's what I've come to do.
Yes.
Kufanya mfurahie.
Yes, and as Lonita, who is, just bracing the industry.
Yeah.
Do you feel there's something that you have come to understand that you feel is missing in the industry in terms of making sure the industry is acceptable to different people, because people come with different ideas?
Yeah,
do you feel there's something that is missing to accommodate everyone in terms of music, fashion, and artistry as you?
Oh, okay. Okay, I think in the industry, something that's missing is talent management.
Okay.
Yes, I feel like that's a very big gap that we still have to fill. Because like when I think about the music scene in Kenya, or in Africa as a whole, obviously we have to compare, you know, compare South Africa, we compare ourselves to Tanzania, we compare ourselves to Nigeria.
Yes.
And when you look at these countries, for sure they have talent management. In Nigeria, for example, ukiwa na wimbo moja na ni hit, I swear to you, utakuwa usha headhuntiwa, you have a manager, you're booking shows. Kenya, mutakuja mtuperformia Kenya with that one song of yours.
That's what I said. Already, Red Room, Masaus, washa kuweka kwa poster.
Ushaekwa kwa poster.
Nani
na
one
song. You only have one song. But then I feel like we're missing that in Kenya, because like, even when I started, all of the things that I had to do them myself. Okay. I had to, you know, I had to look for the distributors, which is DistroKid. I had to, you know, get my producer. I had to book shows. I had to do my own press release. I had to do my own press kit. I had to do all of these things. And I feel like these are tools that artists should have, so that when they're getting into the industry, you're saying, yeah, too far. Because like me, I was so fortunate to actually be part of a program called Sanara.
Yeah.
So what they did, they had a 2-month program for artists, managers, publicists. Okay. So like a lot of the things that they taught there are things that I needed in January. You understand? Because I had my release in January. So a lot of the things that they taught there are things that I felt like, hey, and I really need these things, because walitufunza mambo ya the music business, how to get funding, mambo za rollout. Those are things that I was struggling with, because sababu mimi nilisema, you know what, nasikia tu kuimba nikaingia fua. You get? Nikaingia tu fua. But then sasa unaona, I'm learning on the job still. Yes. But if there are more programs that were accessible to more people like that, I feel like that would really, really help artists in Kenya. Because what I've realized is there's a lot of talent in Kenya. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of musicians. Ni hawajulikani, wako underground, hawana platform, hawana mahali wanaweza showcase their music, and they don't even have the knowledge and skills to be able to do that on their own.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think kwa talent management, I think we can
improve.
Wanafaa to improve.
Yes. And do you feel pia hii ni kazi ya agencies in terms of creating that field whereby artists don't have to struggle so much in terms of finding people who can manage them? Na pia the managers ama ni scouts, unajua, like in football there are scouts who go to different places ama grounds to see talent, sindio, ku scout. But now back to you. Now that Superstar is out, and I feel the reception has been good, is out in the world, and you're about to shift conversations. What do you feel the conversations that are coming about in terms of you as a woman? How are you shifting that conversation to make sure you are representing the women back at home, but still on ground with the same narrative, or feel represented?
Represented. Okay, that's a really good question. So first of all, I'm a feminist. Shout out to us feminists. But like when it comes to the industry, I feel like first of all, there's definitely more men than women in the industry from what I've experienced. Because like in this short time that I've started making music, I've found myself in spaces, and most of the people that I'm finding myself with are men. Like like ratio unaweza pata like to 3 men, there's 1 woman. You understand?
Yeah, true.
So what it means so much to me that I, as a woman, have the opportunity to do this, because I want the people out there, the women out there, the girls out there to know that you too can do it. You know, you understand, you have this dream, you have this thing that you want to fulfill so much. Why not do it? I mean, sure, it's a man's world, but you're here also. You have to make the best of what you know, what you have. So like, I feel like that's also a big part of my brand, so that people out there, because I really want to inspire. That's one of the main reasons why I would do music. I want to inspire. I want people to know, imagine you can do it too. There's nothing that is beyond your reach. There's nothing that is impossible. So yeah, I think I think nimejibu swali langu.
Now let's go to just a random question, yani ni freebies, like a quick fire.
Okay.
If a fan could see your camera, your pictures, your camera roll, what's the most recent screenshot or meme you saved?
The most recent is actually my poster for here.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's me, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I'm not self-centered.
And a meme?
But for
And a
sure
meme?
it's me. A meme. Oh my gosh. I'm not too sure. Unajua pia memory yangu si mzuri sana.
Oh my. Umeua cells zote. Hey.
Ai.
Allegations, eh? Would you prefer a studio session or a photo shoot?
Definitely a studio session.
Why not a photo shoot?
I mean, I love being on the camera, but I love making music. I love singing. I like hearing myself on a track. So definitely a studio session. Yeah.
So that's your happy place?
Yeah, that's my happy place. But that's home.
Hey, so we are sorry. What's one Kenyan snack or meal that you must have in that must be in a room for you to write a hit?
Must. Vitu zenye ni must zikuwe naweza sema kweli. Mimi napenda samosa sana. By the way, napenda samosa. So
I was not far. I was not far.
Huko mbali na chapati. Chapati, I am a huge chapati girl.
So the combination of chapati and samosa inaitwa
samocha. You know it's a thing.
It's a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. Mimi naenda kwa sababu mimi sipendi smoky. Sorry guys.
Okay.
But like naenda namwambia, unaweza nitengenezea samocha, and I don't have to explain what that is.
Do you have like the sauces, nini, kachumbari?
Yes, the sauces, kachumbari, chumvi, ukitaka pia avocado, but like
damn, that's like a bougie. Samocha. Okay.
Bougie kivipi na smoky?
Ati avocado, nini. Don't you feel that's
avocado kwa smocha
zenu?
Lazima nikuwe extra bana.
Lazima.
Kwani superstar ni nini?
Anyway, back to you. In 5 years now, from now, what would you like to feel like ukiangalia your music, your journey, your career, how you've progressed, and say, you know, I've made it. This is where I wanted to be, and this is the journey I took, and I finally found the destination.
I think for me, first of all, being able to live off my music, that would be a huge indicator of making it. But also the amount of impact that I would have made with my music. I want to, as I've told you, I want to inspire. I want to be able to, because when I do music, I want to, you know, the feelings that you get, because sababu music is a very emotional thing. So I want to capture those feelings. I want to capture, like, if you're feeling sad, I want to capture sad. I want to capture love. I want to capture happiness. I want to capture. So just being able to immortalize those emotions and transform it into a song, something that you can listen to when you're sad, when you're happy, when anytime. And you know, art lives forever. The fact that I've made a song today, it's a couple utter beyond me. You understand? So the fact that I'm able to create art and I'm able to live off my art, that for me would be the hugest indicator of my making it. Yes. So 5 years from now, nitakuwa na 5-10 albums, ma EPs, ma collaborations, you know. Nitakuwa global.
Hey, amen to that. And talking about globally, on Sunday is a special day globally, Mother's Day. We are here to wish every mother in the world, from our parents, from your mom, to my mom, happy Mother's Day. Najua unatuangalia tukiwa home. Your mom is watching.
Yeah, for sure she has to be watching.
What do you have to tell her?
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for this far that I've gotten, even in, you know, in life. Where si rahisi bwana. Hey, miaka yote nimekuwa alive. Si rahisi kufika hapa, but I really appreciate all that you do for me. I appreciate all the support you and Dad give me. You guys hold me down so much. So like, shout out to you guys.
Okay, and to my mom, nataka kucopy paste Kenya amesema. I love you so much. Lakini unajua, we are appreciating all the mothers because, you know, wanasemaga the universe cannot be it without the presence of a lady.
For sure.
Yeah, because educate a lady, you educate a village.
For
sure. So, hey Sunday, tunakuambia happy Mother's Day to everybody. As a mother, feel special. We appreciate you, we love you, and we care about you. Now, to you, watu wakupate wapi on social media?
Okay, so on Instagram, I go by _Lonita. On Twitter, I'm Mudhoni K.
Yes.
On YouTube, I'm Lonita Music. And on TikTok, I'm Pretty Bitch Comes.
Okay, Spotify?
Oh, and on Spotify,
YouTube?
Oh, YouTube, Lonita Music.
Oh,
yeah.
Kuna mahali nimesikia, is it?
TikTok.
TikTok unajita?
TikTok najita Pretty Bitch Comes.
Wow. Anyway.
Nimekuwa shy kusema.
It's okay. It's okay. Unajua wewe ni msanii, so we understand. Usanii comes with a bit of stage names, eh?
Ukweli.
It comes with a bit of stage names. Yeah. But we appreciate you for giving us the opportunity to interview today. Sure. I know people in the comment section may feel aje. As always, remember we are live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Yes, TikTok. Aleki, make sure umetuweka TikTok mzee, super producer. Anatuangalia pale akiwa TikTok. People are loving. Unafilaje social media? Social media inakujenga in terms of growing your music. Is it appreciating in terms of the effort you put? Na ukiweka pale, are people appreciating? Unajua, you always have to look at the feedback. Are people loving? Kunendaje?
Social media is really helping actually. Like this is a really important tool as artists tunafaa kwa tunatumia. So and I get a lot of feedback from my social media. People also get to what's it called, interact with my music from social media. So I think as artists we should really harness the power of social media. We should incorporate it into our process, because you know this is a process, this is something different from like the day-to-day life, you understand? So like including people in that process, it also makes it more authentic, it also makes it more enjoyable. Okay,
so thank you so much. That has been an amazing episode of Uncut Fridays. Make sure you tune in on next week at 2 to 3 in the PM. Tutakuwa live with another guest. Leo tumekuwa na Lonita all from 2 to 3. Ametupatia some gems. Tumeweza kumjua, tumeweza kujua anapenda nini. Tumesikia anapenda not smocha, samocha. So make sure you're here at K24 Digital to go live. TikTok, Telegram tena. Telegram tena. Anyway, that has been an amazing episode. See you on the next one. My name is ENG.
And I've been Lonita.
Cheers. Bye.